Okay, I'm taking a look at this euro pound now. I was involved in a short on this one from around the 87 level, just up around here, and took sort of initial profits, 20 pips on the day, and then another 125 or so here, and then took more profits on the weekly. Weekly TDST support down there at 270, so I got about 405 pips on this one. It was a pretty wild week here though, having the election on the go here for the pound, so we've seen a lot of sort of wild swings in the pound crosses, and this one was no different. It's still sort of holding bearish here, but you can see we had this big candle on the Friday and a bit of a funny close, but we covered a huge range here. For euro pound, 370 pips, which is massive. I don't think we'll probably even see a bar as big as that, pretty much as far back as we can look here on the daily chart. So it was a huge move that we've seen, but the market does still remain bearish here. I was glad to get out with the profits that I did, because we did actually have a wild enough swing which came all the way back up to where I was in, so I was glad that we got the profits before it came up. But you can see we're still being capped by this trend line here, both on the daily and the weekly. You can see there was strong resistance here this week, so when we did get above this level, it didn't actually stay above there very long, and you can see it's come off, and the upper back resistance still remains at 89.48, so we still have to sort of treat this market as being bearish, and so basically going to kind of stand aside here and see how it goes, because we have actually made the first target here on the daily as well, and with this big candle in play, your guess is as good as mine what's going to happen this week. I mean, we've had a bounce from the TDST support on the weekly, but it's still a fairly bearish close. So that doesn't really fill you with any confidence to look to go long. And on the monthly, we're still sort of hanging around last month's lows, having tested the sort of ultimate low there at 84.54. So yeah, I think this is one pair where I'd like to just sort of stand aside and wait for further developments. Initial support comes in 85.77 this week, the final bearish thrusts high, which was tested on Thursday, then removed on Friday, but as I say, a huge range here, so it'd be kind of tough to call what's going to happen in the early part of this week. On this pair, we could actually see some big gaps in the market as well, to do with the sort of talks that have been going on over the weekend regarding the UK elections, which could have a big effect on the pound. So yeah, out of this market now, taking 400 pips, and fairly pleased with that. So just going to stand aside and see where we go from here. Okay, cheers.